and I just couldn't believe it was in. And I think I just stood there in shock for like 5-10 seconds.
The puck player, how about that?
The pub player sounds good to me. Like, I'm taking legs, so when I take it serious, I believe I can be a top 64 player.
Je zou maar een half jaar je tourkaart op zak hebben en 0 pond ophalen voor de Order of Merit. Dit is werkelijkheid voor PDC-speler Aaron Beeney. De 36-jarige Brit leeft de droom, maar niet met de beste resultaten. Hoe gaat het nu met de man met 0 overwinningen in coronatijd? I want to start with the results of this year in the PDC. 13 tournaments played, 13 games thrown, 0 victories booked. How do you explain this?
Pretty easy, really. I never expected to get a tour card. Like, I know I can play darts. Like, I am a good dart player, but I've never thought I was great. And things just clicked at Q School, and it's taken a little while to settle in with the PDC and the Pro Tour. And yeah, like, I need to. So throughout them 13 tournaments, I've still been working full time. My practice regime increased a little bit from where I was pre-Q School, but not much. So the aim is that I'll go part-time at work and I can dedicate more time to throwing the arrows at the boards, and the results will soon come.
Well, in 2018 you played some challenge tour events. Your best results there were a less 32 and a less 64. How did you get the idea of, hey, I'm going to play Q School 2020 in January, because your games are not of that high level?
Correct. I don't know. Like, I've never been consistent, but I know I'm capable of putting in like 12-15 darters. Like, I can do 14 dart legs, like 6-7 in a row. But then I also have the nightmare ones where they're like 20 odd dart legs.
Have you thrown a 9 darter before?
I've missed double 12 twice.
Oh gosh, in a real game or in practice?
My local pub team, we were doing like a little knockout between ourselves, and it was a 5-0-1, and I missed double 12 to 9 dart a friend in just a friendly match. And the other one was a league game where I missed the double 12, and I actually lost that leg because I missed 11 darts at a double after missing the double 12 for 9er.
On the first 2 days of Q School, you did not throw well enough as well. You lost twice in the first round. But can you tell what the hell happened in the 3rd day of Q School? What made you beat everyone?
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure, but because I was sharing a hotel room with a good friend of mine who plays local Super League, and we know each other well. And we were practicing in the room. We had one of the old on-tour boards, and I was throwing 90 averages for fun. He couldn't get near me. And then as soon as I toed the hockey the first 2 days, the nerves got the better of me, and I just couldn't put 3 straight darts together. And day 3, I actually said to him, I don't even want to play. Like, I'm not enjoying it. Like, this is like, darts is my getaway. Like, this is what I do to have fun, chill out, have a laugh after work. And he was like, no, you got to play. You paid your money. And even on day 3, that very first game, I believe I went 4-0 down. I was at least 3-0 down. I think it was 4-0 down. And I just kind of gave up. But then the darts started to flow, and I somehow come back and won 5 legs in a row, won that match 5-4. Next game was a lot better. My confidence was back. I got a win. Game after that, even better. And then I kept coming across players that were, like, I was always 2-3-0 down, and then fighting back, and just every game was the same. And then I was always pulling out like a 12, 13, 14, 15 dart leg in the decider.
Yeah, in the final game against Jared Cole, it wasn't easy as well, but you managed it and finished it with a bullseye finish.
I know.
How was that feeling to hit that bull?
I I remember just staring at it in disbelief that it had gone in. I couldn't believe that bullseye had gone in. Especially like my first dart was so close to treble 17, so close. And then my second dart just on the wire of treble 20. Like, well, at least I've left myself ball. And I remember slowing right down and just taking a moment, and I just couldn't believe it was in. And I think I just stood there in shock for like 5-10 seconds, realizing like, oh my God, what have I done?
And what is it like for you to have a PDC-tourkaart now for 6 months?
It's been a weird 6 months, obviously, due to the whole COVID coronavirus situation. So it's kind of thrown a spanner in the works a little bit, but I'm loving it. I've been a dart fan all my life. My parents play darts. My granddad plays darts. Like everyone in my family, we've always just played darts. So we watch a lot of darts. We're dart fans. And walking into that room as someone, I'm not an equal in talent, but in status as a tour card holder, I'm one of them. It's an amazing feeling. It is living a dream.
Do you consider yourself as a pub player or as a professional player?
Currently, I'm somewhere in the middle. I think I'm one of the best pub players the world's ever seen.
Have you made friends yet on the circuit?
So probably a couple of the top, like the ones that literally talk to me every tournament and have been helping me try and find a bit of confidence. Peter Wright, what an absolute gentleman. Devon Peterson, that man before he even met me was defending me online. Like from the day I won my card, and everyone was like he's not gonna make it. Like how's this man? He's not even at a 90 average. Devon Peterson was one of the first ones online, and I remember like finding him on Facebook and sending him a message to say thank you. And yeah, I chat to him a lot. Matt Edgar, he's another one. There's loads. Like Bradley Brooks, what an amazing young talent he is, and a nice guy.
Can you tell us more about the costs? Because you have only picked up £0 for the Order of Merit.
I'm quite fortunate that I've got some good friends that they were the ones that encouraged me to do Q School back in 2018. And they had a lot of faith in me, and I've been getting some help financially with hotel costs, and beer money's all mine, and the food I have to pay for, but I have had a lot of help with the hotels and the travel. But hopefully it'll all pay off. I'll start winning soon.
And what was it like to be at the UK Open? You lost your first round to the Dutchman Wesley Harms 6-3, but what was your experience?
I absolutely loved it. I was so nervous but excited to get out there, and I actually went, I can't remember if it was 2-0 or 3-0 up. No, it was 2-0 up. I actually broke him and held, and I had missed darts to go 3-0 up. So it's one of the first times I've actually started a game really well. But yeah, I started to get nervous, and I was pulling them into the fives, and Wesley was getting a bit more momentum. He shot ahead of me, but I loved it. It felt more natural to me with the buzz and the noise going on rather than the kind of sterile, quiet pro tours. And I think that is the pub player in me. Like, I enjoyed that little bit of rowdiness. I'm looking forward to the next one for sure.
And do you actually have a nickname and walk-on song? Because when you have to show on television, you have to have a walk-on song and a nickname.
So, don't have a nickname at the moment.
The pub player, how about that?
The pub player sounds good to me. Yeah, that could work. But no, most people just use my surname. I'm sure it's only my mum and my nan that use my first name. I've just always been known as Beeney. So we'll see how far that goes. But the pub player could make an appearance. As for walk-on music, I've got a couple of options.
A bit funky or a bit rock?
It's rock. It's got to be rock music. Has to be.
You did not throw at the BDO before this, the Dart Associations that is going through a difficult period now with money problems. But what will you do? Or what would you have done if you had not won a tour card? Would you consider playing BDO at all?
Um, Probably not. I probably would have entered a couple of like more local tournaments, but I don't think I would ever have given a serious go at the BDO. I mean, the costs of the PDC are like there's a lot of traveling, there's a lot of hotels, but the BDO even more so because there's more tournaments in more countries. Whereas with the PDC, you only have to worry about that if you're kind of top 32.
Yeah, after 2 months of throwing PDC, you had to clear the field again because, like you said, the coronavirus came. Your last official game dates from March 15 at the Player Championships. How are you dealing with this situation? Because you also work in the UK prison service.
Yeah. So I was due to go part-time at work back in April, but I've held that back, obviously, because there's a lot of people off, and without the darts, it's better for me to remain full-time, both for my employer and for me, to keep my money up. So to be honest, for me, not a lot has changed other than the lack of competitive darts.
Now, what are your future plans in darts? Has winning a game become one of your goals in this year?
Absolutely. Like the aim, I feel I'm still kind of in a settling in period. It's taken me a long time to adjust. I need to, practice and become more of a professional dart player than at the moment. I'm still doing what I've done as a pub player. I'm working full time and I'm just throwing a couple of darts of an evening. Going part time, practicing like a professional, turning up and playing like a professional, the wins will come. I'm sure they will.
What would you consider do different?
For me, just more practice. Like I need things to be more natural. I need my nerves. Like I do get very nervous. I overthink a lot. Like say at the UK Open, as soon as I realised I was in front and beating Wesley Harms, a man that's won twice more tournaments than I've even played in, like it it got to me, and it was my own mind that got to me. So yeah, just I need to put more time in, more competitive practice, more practice in general. I just need to actually treat this like the job it is, and it is a job.
Will you travel to Milton Keynes for the PDC Summer Series?
I have already booked the time off of work. I will absolutely 100% be there for all 5 days.
Do you think you can become a top 64 player or even a top 32 player in the future?
Yes, because the one thing I have that a lot of the other guys don't is I'm just starting to find my potential. Most of the people there, even the ones younger than me, there's people almost 10 years younger than me that have double the amount of darting experience I have. I went there as a long shot and just hoping, and I got that tour card. These guys have played in tournaments since they were children. They've done all this. They've played county. They've done everything. I've played 3 games for county, and I've done 3 years of Super League. I am a pub player, and I've got a lot more growth in me, whereas a lot of these guys I'm playing against have been at this good level since they were teenagers. They've experienced this. I'm just at the start. These guys are already where they want to be, and I feel I'm like, even in the 13 losses, I'm winning 3-4 legs most matches. I'm not getting battered off the board easy. Like I'm taking legs. So when I take it serious, I believe I can be a top 64 player.
All right. I want to thank you for talking to us. I hope you experienced it well and stay safe, of course.
You too, my friend.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.